Y'all.
Good morning, y'all. I love it.
Welcome to Maximize the Moment. And today we're going to have a conversation that we had to really think about this because we have some conflicting opinions and stuff going out, across our industry right now. And so we just wanted to address them and just know that we support you, whatever your decisions are. What we're really here for is to help you maximize the moment through the pandemic. And we just want to give you some insight and hope that it helps you move forward in a positive direction. And just know that we don't have the right number one answer. We just can share with you some inspiration, some ideas, and hopefully you can take from this what works for you. So we're going to start today with Gerry. Gerry's going to talk from a leadership perspective and salon owner perspective because, that's what he does. And he's had a great experience in leadership. And so he just wants to share his opinion, and hopefully you guys can pick up something.
Yes. Thank you, Tammy. And first of all, I want to say, Tammy said they don't have the answer. I have the answer. Okay. No. Yeah, that's not really true. I do have what's on my heart, though, this morning. We started talking. We jump on these calls about 30 minutes prior to refresh our memory of what we're going to talk about and get more in the mood of it all. And my heart is just really full this morning on leadership. That wasn't my intention yesterday, but as the morning went on and I listened to the news last night and this morning, I am really taken by the power of leadership right now. What I mean by the power of leadership, as Tammy said, I teach leadership, but I've never noticed the impacts so strong as it is now, and whether you're an effective leader or an ineffective leader. And I mean this from the White House all the way down to the parent. Some people think the only leaders in the salon are the salon owners, and that would not be true. Everybody's leading someone. In fact, many of you are stuck at home right now with your children, and I have some of my staff that are having to homeschool their children right now. And that requires a great bit of leadership skills to get your son to do homework when he thinks it's summer break. That's like, wait a minute, what's up with this? I thought we were on break. And so, but that takes some influencing people. And when I think of leadership, John Maxwell says, leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. Your ability to influence people. But also there's 5 levels of leadership. And I just want to mention them to you real quick. And then say where I see some real big issues at right now. The first level is position. And, when you give a new manager a title, they don't really have that much influence. People follow them because they have to, right? That's the only reason they follow them. And then you have permission is level 2, where people follow you because they like you, because they want to. But you can't live at that level forever because you've got to be a person that can get results. And that's where people follow you at level 3 because of production. You know how to get things done. You know how to you're going to open the salon up and be effective, in other words. That's where I'm seeing a big chasm in leadership right now. I mean, many people have it, but a whole bunch of people don't. I mean, governors, I'm listening to governors talk about the problems that they're having in their state, and it's not their fault. Well, that's not leadership. We hired you to get results. We hired you because we wanted to get our checks in the moment of a crisis. Right now, in fact, this is what I'm seeing. In the moment of a crisis, what's in you comes out. When you squeeze somebody, the true essence of that person comes out. If you squeeze an orange, you get orange juice, not lemon juice, not grapefruit juice, you get orange juice. Right now, people are being squeezed, and the true essence of who they are coming out. And I gotta say, it is really, I'm really thinking, man, we've got to start paying attention to who we put in office these days. Yeah, I mean, it's like I knew it was important, but now I'm seeing like it is life or death.
Well, it's not just political. Just like, who are you following? What are your leaders doing? Like, there's a big lesson in that.
They're huge, And when I'm looking at some of these mayors and governors, I'm listening to a mayor say the other day, we're going to open up even though they say don't. The governor said don't open up, and they said, well, what are you going to do about all these people in these crowded places? She says, I don't own that kind of business. That's not my problem. They need to figure it out. As owners, it's the same thing for us. We've got to make decisions, and you're going to hear some conflicting ideas this morning, but that's where we're at, right? That's where you guys are. But somebody's got to take leadership. And sometimes it may be a matter, I mean, as we talked this morning, you're not always going to get it right. If you knew the right answer, you'd truly be a trillionaire. What is it, a trillionaire? Do they have trillionaires? You'd truly be a trillionaire right now if you had all the answers. So quit acting like you have all the answers, or quit worried about having them all. You just got to make the best decision you can, but you've got to take responsibility and step out there and decide, when are we going to open? And you've got to navigate the situation well. That's a big part of being a leader. You know, do people trust you? This is when you're really going to see, does your staff really trust you? And you can't build it today, unfortunately. Needed to be built last year or the year before or 5 years ago. But you're going to see what your staff really trusts you. Are you a thinker? Can you navigate through the minefield? Because you got to have a plan going into this. We can't wing this. We wing this, people get sick, and we'll have a mess on our hands. You will have a closed salon, you know. And you've got to be able to train your staff. That's the fourth level, in fact. It's called the people development level. People follow you because of what you do to them or do for them, how you empower them. That's a big level. And Carl is one of the few people I know, and I still want to get him on the show. I know you guys, I know Tammy, you're familiar with him. Erin, you've heard us talk about him enough, is Bruno. That is the fifth level of leadership. You don't have to make it to that level, and most of us won't, but people follow you because of who you are. All you have to do is say, let's do this. And there's no questions. It's like, you think, yeah, let's do what Bruno says. Bruno knows. We know Bo knows, Carlos, but Bruno knows, okay? So he's made a few millionaires through his years. But so I guess that's what's on my heart right now. If you are not a leader, if you feel like your leadership skills are lacking, John Maxwell has a book called The 21 Laws of Leadership. First leadership book I read by him 20 years ago. And it changed my whole understanding of what leadership was, and it improved my skills tremendously. In fact, I'm going to refer you to one of the laws in the book. It's called the Law of Navigation. That's what you want right now. Read that law. Reach out to me if you have any questions about that law. It will show you, how do you navigate through change? How do you lead through change? Because that's what we need right now, are leaders that can lead through change, leaders that are going to take responsibility for the outcome and build trust and connection with their staff. You know, there's 21 laws that John Maxwell talks about that are essential to leadership. But again, guys, that's where my heart is this morning. Is I'm really seeing and I'm listening to the leaders, some in the salon, some parents, some governors, some presidents, and I'm thinking like, whoa, we have some problems in this leadership, and people are dying as a result of our lack of leadership. So I'll say no more. I was a lot more passionate about it, but I don't want to piss anybody off today. Okay, I really don't want to piss anybody off. Okay.
Well, I think the other thing of that is, if you are on a team that has a leader, I mean, I think there's some responsibility of the team to support the leader and to come and rally around each other and give feedback, positive and good, good, bad, indifferent, so that you can come up with a solution together. Again, it's hard to lead through this time. Salon owners have a lot on their shoulders. These independent salon loft owners have a lot on their shoulders. So I think, my message to this whole thing is to share what you know and talk about what's working and what's not, so that other people can learn from you. So leadership's hard, especially right now, more than ever. So let's go over to Erin, because she's going to kind of tackle the situation that the reality is some salons have already closed and some are thinking about closing. And that's just what's happening. And we're not encouraging you to close, but we're just saying that is what's going on. For one reason or another, people are losing their businesses. So Erin's going to try and help you navigate, how do you work through that?
Yeah, so I can really resonate with everything that we've spoken about before the call, and then with Gerry. I want to piggyback on the idea that all of us are leaders, right? Whether you're a salon owner, whether you're a manager, whether you're a just an individual stylist like me that has my own little salon suite, or if you're a parent, or even if you are some sort of partner, right? You're a leader. So you need to take responsibility, and it hits home a lot for me lately because I've been doing a lot of deep soul searching and really figuring out what my passions are and where I want to take my life, take my career. And so I really think, first of all, I want to piggyback on the idea that we are leaders behind the chair, even just for our clients. Okay. So we've got salon owners and managers who are going to step in and go, okay, guys, this is how the protocol is going to be. But as a stylist, when our clients do get back behind our chair, because ultimately, guys, we do need to go back to work, right? We've got to go back to work and start taking care of our clients, start taking care of our bank accounts. But ultimately, we have a responsibility to our clients to have the right attitude and the right positivity and to look as the leader to them. Like, yes, I have a clean mask for you. I have a new cape, whatever the protocols are going to be. That's very much a responsibility that we need to take care of. And I truly believe, don't step behind that chair until you're ready to take that leadership role, to own it, right? And it's become apparent to me. I have people scheduled on my books for May 1st because in Arizona, we have heard until April 30th. And I've had clients reach out to me, hey, what do you think? What do you think about May 1st? Is this going to work? I'm good either way. And I've had to kind of sit back and think, number one, to be honest with you, I haven't missed going into the salon. I really haven't. I've thoroughly enjoyed my time. That it's a lot of self-evaluation and writing down my passions and figuring things out. But secondly, am I going to be ready to go back into the salon the way that probably should to keep all of us safe? And I've really had to take a look at that. But my clients are looking to me as well because they want their hair done. They love me as a person. They love what I do for their hair. So I've had to kind of sit down and say, okay, am I going to be ready? That's all about making a decision, a choice. So I think a lot of times in life, I see a lot of people who don't want to take ownership for their decisions. And we have to. That's part of being a leader, right? We have to make decisions. We have to take ownership. Whether it's right or wrong, it is what it is. You got to make a decision and go with the flow because we're constantly in change. But ultimately, if your salon's not going to feel like your hairstyling is the career for you, let's be honest, you need to have some income coming in. And so we might be making some changes in our life. And if you've had passions that you've wanted to do, what are they? Write them down. Write all your passions down. Write the things down that you love. And what's your plan to work into those new passions? And I know ultimately that's what I'm doing. And I've kind of talked about it and never really done it. And now I'm coming up with a plan, like whether that means I'm going into the salon less. I know what my passions are. Start making a plan. So write down your passions. Write down what you could do and dream about what you could do if you weren't behind the chair. Write all that stuff down and come up with a plan of how you're going to support yourself and then work on your plan B. So it's kind of on my heart right now. Like, I think we all need to be leaders. Another thing is, I have to tell you an example of leadership. So my girls are they're 13 and 15. So freshmen in high school and 7th grade, both doing online schooling. So yesterday I had a talk with my daughter who came in and she said, I was doing some work and she came in and she said, Mom, I took my her history test. And I said, yeah. And she said, well, I looked at my notes. And I said, you did, huh? Were you supposed to? She goes, no. I said, she goes, what's the point, Mom? Like, seriously, does he think that we're not going to look at my notes? And I said, well, how does your heart feel about that? And she goes, I feel perfectly fine about it. And I said, do you really feel perfectly fine? Because this is where you need to take ownership of your heart and your ethics. And do you feel fine about it? I said, look, I'm not here to judge. I would prefer that you would have done it without your notes. You need to take ownership. So that's a leadership skill, right? Of me saying, hey, you're 13, almost 14. How do you feel about the decision that you made? And really sit and think about that. My older daughter is having a hard time. The way I have to motivate her is a little bit different. She knows she's behind on school, hasn't done all her stuff. Well, she wants to get her driver's learner's permit. I'm like, I'm sorry, honey, as a parent, I can't let you get your driver's learner's permit in a few days if you're not caught up with school. You know, that's where I'm at. This is how well, so my ex-husband walks in yesterday because he needed a haircut. So he came in.
For old time's sake, getting together for old time's sakes. I love that.
Well, that was I haven't cut his hair in like 4 years, so that was interesting. But in my kitchen, you know, I'm cutting his hair, but before he walks in, I'm like, hey, shampoo's by the sink, you know, and the girls and I are just sitting on the couch, and he says, now, girls, who's got the missing Latin test? Ilona. He looks at my younger daughter. He kind of goes into a role of dictatorship, which was really interesting for me to watch. And the body language from me and my girls was fascinating because you could see both my girls, and I'm going to do something a little foul on camera right now, but they were both like this, right? Really fascinating. Now, I don't have all the answers. I'm not the perfect parent, but they responded to me better as a leader about their grades, I hope, than for him to walk in and be a dictatorship and say, well, you've got to do your work and blah, 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 and you're still in school and, you know, this kind of thing. So I really found that was interesting. I just wanted to share that today in my experience yesterday of being a parent and also having to make decisions for my clients, which is ultimately for myself. Amen.
Yes, well, I like getting together with old time's sakes with the husband. That was, I think, I enjoyed hearing about that.
Well, I think that the takeaway from that for me is that there are definitely lots of ways to lead in the way that you approach people when you want something done. I think right now more than ever, we have to have grace with everyone and be a little bit more sensitive than you normally are as a leader, because this is hitting everybody from a different perspective,
right,
a different way, a different financial impact, emotional impact, physical impact. So, you know, you have to have grace with people right now. We're all trying to figure it out.
Right, I was just
and there's not one right way to do it. You know, you're learning as we go. And we can't condemn people for the way that they handle things. It's just, that's how they handle it. You just gotta meet them where they're at, you know? So Carlos, what did you want to share with us? You talked about a few people yesterday in the industry that have relationship with salon owners, and you had a perspective. So what do you want to share?
Yeah, look, you know, right now I had to put my salon owner hat on and really, no pun intended, right? My salon owner hat on and really think about what I would do in this situation, because you're right, there is no right or wrong answer, right? You got to do what's best for you. But at the same time, it comes down to two things right now. If you're an independent stylist and you're just a booth renter, obviously you have a choice to make for yourself. But if you're a salon owner and you have staff, then, you know, this obviously interferes with everyone. So your decisions aren't just your decisions. Your decisions are based on everyone that works with you. And that's what we talked about, making sure that any choices that you make, you discuss them as a team. So this way you can have everybody's opinion, because everybody has a voice. And right now with what's going on, you know, we all know that different states are opening up at different times, and you got to do what's best to keep your environment, your business, and your staff and clients safe. I totally get that. But at the same time, you know, there's only going to be a certain amount of time that you're going to have to figure it out, because the economy is going to be opening up, whether we like it or not. And clients are going to become frustrated after a while if they're not being taken care of, because we got to remember they've been, you know, it's been almost a little over a month. You know, I could see them going 6 weeks, but, you know, the whole idea here is that there's protocols already out there with the health department. And, you know, also there's a lot of salons that are posting different ideas. Call up some of your salons in the neighborhood, or salons that are around, and see what they're doing. Or some of your friends. Maybe the salons are closed right now. Actually, they are. But maybe reach out to some of your friends that are salon owners and you know, figure out what they're thinking about with the protocols of getting back and opening up the salon. Because look, we are looking at this and saying, okay, what's the difference if we open up May 1st? What's the difference if we open up June 1st, or we open up in July? Truthfully, nobody knows. I mean, this is all going to be trial and error. But at the same time, if we follow the right protocols, we're going to, you know, reduce the error and make this a very, very successful opportunity. Because I truly believe that challenges, you know, are just sometimes come disguised as opportunities. And we got to look at how we can get back in opening our doors, get back to business, start generating, cash flow for your staff and for your business as well, while at the same time keeping everybody safe and being able to operate at full capacity. So I think that right now this is a very challenging time for everybody, and I don't have all the answers. But me, if putting my hairdresser and my salon owner hat on, I would be doing everything in my power to figure out what's the best thing that I can do to open up the soonest, and keeping everybody and the environment safe, and making sure that my staff is aligned with what's going on, and giving them a voice. So this decision is not just my decision, but it's a decision that we make as a salon. So that's all I have to share.
Okay.
I want to comment on that real quick, Tammy, because Carlos and I did a session. I think it was yesterday or the day before, and I did get it up to YouTube, Carlos. I'll share it with you, and I'm going to share it online on what you need to do to get back into your salon. It's a free session. You guys can check it out. But right after I got off of the live, Carlos, I went on to the training. I had a meeting with my staff, because we're meeting with our staff about 3 or 4 times a week. I have Thursdays and the boys have different days. And I'm doing creative thinking with them. And one of the guys said something that I think everybody will find very helpful. First of all, you got to get your staff back first. That's why we're meeting with them, because we got to stay engaged as to when they're ready to come back to work. Because if you open up and the staff don't show up, then it don't matter, right? And we did have some staff that didn't want to work doing all of this. So, we have to make sure they want to show up. But second, one of the guys said this, and I told Adam, I said, you need to jump right on this. He says, we need to notify the clients and ask them what will make them feel most safe coming back into the salon.
Yeah, that's great.
I told him, I said, that's bottom line. I said, great idea. You're talking about everybody has a voice. That never dawned on me, a simple thing to do. But that is one of the most important things I feel like we're going to do, is send out emails, texts to all of our clients, send them to our page and say, we need you to post on there. What will make you feel most safe? What do you suggest we do that will make you feel most safe coming back into the salon?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
That's fantastic.
Share that for the other salon owners.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just end with, I'm connected with hairdressers all over the country and the world, actually, through TG. And, I always go to home base for my inspiration, right? So just connecting with all of them, they're all connecting together. Everybody's creating different things to share ideas. So what I've done is just made a list of everything everybody's been sharing. And this is from everyone from TG. So I just want to let you know, these are salon owners, loft owners. They're just hairstylists behind the chair in a rental commission salon. So I'm just going to share things that really made sense that you can take action on today, regardless if you go back to the salon this weekend or if you're going back next month. If you want to make this list out, I think it's something that we can do right now to prepare ourselves. So I'm just going to name some of the things that we've been sharing. One that I really loved is that some of these salons are hiring a professional cleaning company to go in and just clean the whole salon right now, top to bottom. They're also removing things from the salon that are common areas where people would congregate. So such as the couches, the chairs they sit in, the coffee area, the water area, like no cups or glasses or anything. They're just not offering beverages right now, because that's something that it's a common place where a lot of people would be touching things. They're also removing the reception area. And trust me, I know receptionists are so valuable, but this may be a time to consider that everyone books their own appointments right now, that they take their own payments, and that they're virtual payments. They're not passing the credit card and signing paper. It might be opening up a new app like Venmo, PayPal, which can electronically pay you. Another thing is having hands-free soap in the bathroom where clients aren't touching things much. And doing the air blow dryer, or just having disposable towels instead of towels where they wipe their hands and then you wash them. Just get disposable things right now. The other thing is that, some states are requiring that everybody wears masks. If a client doesn't come in with a mask, give them the option. to buy a mask from you for $2 or $3. Like, you've got to set those healthy boundaries for yourself, and they need to be non-negotiable. So if they, your client, so you can mentally prepare them of what it's going to look like in this time. And the reason why you're doing it is for the safety and health of them and your staff. Another thing is having clients wait outside as opposed to waiting inside, or having them in their car and then you text them when your client is finished and they're walking out the door, they can walk in right after. Staggering all the chairs 6 feet apart, one client at a time instead of double booking. Maybe that receptionist that's not going to be at the front right now, she can stay around and help clean common areas, cleaning the bathroom, sanitizing things down. Just you can still utilize that receptionist doing different things. The other thing that's really important right now, I think it's just to cut costs as a salon owner or a salon loft owner. Look at the things that you can get rid of in the meantime to get you by. So that might be like your cleaning crew that does the windows outside. You might have to do that for yourself for a while if it's going to help you save money. And I know it's horrible that we have to put, the cleaning people out of business for a little bit, but if it's going to literally save your business, that's a tough call that you're going to have to make. So, controlling your expenses, canceling the magazine subscriptions right now. Nobody can touch it anyway, so cancel those subscriptions. The other thing is, I know a lot of people have different opinions on this, but taking on new debt just isn't a really smart thing right now. Maybe looking at refinancing things. So if you have any debt in your salon, go and refinance it. Talk to your banker about that or your accountant. Maybe renegotiate your lease with your landlord. You see if it's an option. Some landlords are offering lease negotiations, and they're also offering deferred payments. So that's something you can look at. The other thing was, what's the other thing? Oh, right now is a great time for salon owners to put ads out that they're looking for stylists. So if you have empty chairs, let me tell you, now's a good time to put an ad out to hire people that you're looking for, because salons are closing and some of the hairdressers don't have anywhere to go. And then the other thing that somebody else had said was the mask that you wear, try and wear a different mask each day. So maybe get 2 or 3 masks throughout the week. As soon as you get done wearing them, go home and wash them. You can get those N95 filters that go in there and that are changeable so that your mask lasts longer. And just making sure that you're sanitizing after every client, new cape, wipe down the area, allow extra time when you're pre-booking these clients now, an extra 5 to 10 minutes on your appointments so that you aren't rushed in cleaning, because you're going to have to be really thorough in the cleaning process. So those were my nuggets. I hope that helps. I think those are things that we all can do right now to prepare us for going into the salon, or if you're going back today or this weekend. These are things you can implement that will keep you safe and healthy. But I think the most important thing is that you communicate with your clients what the future is going to look like in the salon. So I hope that helps. I hope that we gave you some inspiration and that you guys stay connected. Share any ideas that you have online. You can always tag me in accounts here on my page and share it as well. So any last moments from anyone? Any last moments of thought for anybody?
I would just say, I just want to encourage everybody to really, this is a time to strengthen your skills. If you feel like you're not the best leader today, just like they say, what's the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, but the second best time is now. So you can't do anything about what you haven't done, but this is what I'm looking at least in my life, is where I need to get stronger at, where I should have been and where I could be stronger at today, and going in that direction. And you can't go wrong by strengthening your leadership.
Yeah.
I just want to say, just keep those lines of communication going, network, keep those lines of communication going with your staff, with your clients, and you'll come up with the right choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think reach out to other people. We need each other. So other people's opinions, and then go within. So meditate. That's all my answers.
Yeah, love it. And I'm going to be posting this list online, so if anybody needs to access it, or there's also a video up on my page. It's a Zoom call with like 5 or 6 different salon owners across the country. They were just sharing all of these ideas. So if you want to watch it in video again, you can go and watch that Zoom call. And then just so you know, we're on Instagram Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays as well through TG. They're sharing tons of information. And then you can always reach out to the 4 of us. We're here to share any information that you need. So please stay connected and stay healthy, up my hairdresser friends. And we wish you the best. And we know that we're going to make this be a positive comeback. Just don't give up, and just keep moving forward. We appreciate you.
All
Stay
right.
healthy.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.